Hey guys, what's up, what's happening? The King of Games 98 here, joined by
Mr. Game and Squatch in the Squatch Den.
in the Squatch Den. And as if you couldn't already tell by our nice little neat display.
Ooh, Vanna White.
I was just about to say it. And the thumbnail of this video.
We talking about Wolf's Rain, bitch! Gang gang!
I'm making another video talking about Wolf's Rain just because I love this anime series so
And if you
much.
haven't already, check out the other one in the description.
Yep. And I will link them in the description. I will link them at the end of the video. You can check them all out. And you know what? Because he's wearing a Cowboy Bebop shirt.
And because I was in the last Cowboy Bebop video,
I will link
didn't
that.
really do too well, but let's change that, fam.
I will link that at the end of this video because, in a way, these are two completely different animes, but they are kind of related.
Only by Steve Bloom.
Well,
And the guy that played Jet Black is a fucking walrus.
well,
Not spoiling anything, but yes, he's a fucking walrus.
okay. Those
He's
are...
Paul McCartney. He's the goddamn
Oh
walrus.
my God, no, not I Am the Eggman. Well, yes, those are some similarities.
He needs details.
Yes.
He has details ready.
But we'll get to that later in the video. So, first off,
Not really much of outer space as well.
no.
Just saying.
First off, like how I do with all my anime reviews, I like to sum up how I think the whole series is to someone who hasn't seen it before.
Exactly.
So, like with the Cowboy Bebop
Which is pretty
video,
much for me as well, because I never seen the series before until we watched it.
exactly. So, yeah. So I should mention that. So, this was Tyler's very first time ever watching Wolf's Rain.
I broke my own Wolverine cherry.
And just like with the Cowboy Bebop video, I thought it would be cool, instead of hearing me talking about the series, to hear it from him and from a different point of view. So,
Because there's not enough of those on YouTube.
no.
But then again, no two reviews is the same though.
Exactly.
Nobody has said like the same good or same bad opinion about this thing. It's its own SCP right here. It has no solid definition of what it is. It doesn't even exist in physical reality right now. This is just an illusion in your mind. Break the simulation.
Yeah, Matrix.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
So, I thought it would be cool to hear from you what you thought of Wolf's Rain. So, let's start with how would you sum up the series to someone who hasn't seen it before?
Try and not go into it with any preconceptions, because I did, and I've sadly really kind of ruined it for myself, because I went into it expecting like magic, you know, like Black Clover, early Sword Art Online, you know, mystical, you know, stuff, you know, like I said, magic, fairy tales, wild woods, and sparkling little lights.
Yeah, like
no,
fantasy.
no, this is current America, okay? This is like Chicago poor freaking post-apocalyptic world with guns. The only magical part about it is how you perceive, or at least how they show the wolves being wolves and humans.
Yes.
And we'll discuss that a little bit more later on in this video of what I mean by that.
Yep.
So that's how I would sum it up: is don't go into it with any preconceptions. Preconceptions.
Close enough.
Yeah. Don't go into it with any preconceptions. Just go into it with a clean
Yes.
slate, pardon me, and just take it as it is for the moment and what it is.
Yes.
Because then, like I said, you'll ruin it for yourself. Because I honestly couldn't really follow most of the story, because it was mostly backstories leading up to like whatever it was that came to the end, towards the end, and not exactly. I couldn't get into it. I just could not get into it because I was still like, where's the magic? Where's the fantasy and stuff to it when it's got guns and shit? So that's what I would say when you're trying to get into this in general at first. Other than that, to sum up the series, I know it's your favorite, but it's not necessarily my favorite. I don't exactly see it as like Cowboy Bebop level.
Okay.
Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop. I went in there with enthusiasm, and I came out with extra depression. I already have depression, and I came out with extra depression. I came with a side order of anxiety.
And you were probably blaming me for that.
And I'm gonna carry that with me.
Oh no! Stop.
Bang. So, but it did get me towards the end. But
Oh.
only with the OVA episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, I could not really get into it. There was no character that I really, really liked and was hoping for. There's no waifu, which I know a lot of weebs and sad people like me usually try to look for in an anime so that you can relate to it. Maybe besides the one wolf halfway through the series, then yes.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, the Flower Maiden, not really. She looks underaged, and there's not a whole lot of other women in this.
No.
Besides the blonde lady.
Cher.
Cher.
Yeah.
And even then, it was like, she's a bitch because she broke up with her husband, and the guy went kink simp and tried fighting and going to the ends of the world just for her to die.
He's not
Spoilers. So,
wrong.
but yeah, that's what I would say about like just the overview of Wolf's Reign is, it is definitely a post-apocalyptic world with the promise of trying to go to paradise, as they were trying to say, and ultimately, I'm not going to spoil the ending. That is completely up to your interpretation of the ending, actually, which is what a lot of people have a lot of debate about.
Yes, there's a lot, which, as I was explaining to him...
And it's kind of funny, for the entire many times he's watched it, I completely blew his mind with my perception of it.
He did, yeah. But when I was explaining to him, you know, no two people have the same opinion or, views on this anime.
Or theory, actually.
Or theory, for that matter. So that's why I said to him, I wanted to make this video because I thought it would be really cool. And most importantly, let's be honest. Who is going to be making a video about talking about Wolf's Reign in 2021? So
let alone who has a Wolf's Reign collection as extensive as this.
I know, so I just thought it would be even cooler.
Especially since these two are sealed.
Yeah, and we will talk about these later. But yeah, were you done with your summing this?
Would you like me to try and give them the theory that I came up with as for the ending, or should we wait until the end of the video for that?
Let's wait till the end of the video for that.
Suspense.
But yeah, essentially to kind of add on to what he was saying, if you will, there's 4 main characters in Wolf's Reign: Kiba, Hige, Sume, and Toboy, and they're all wolves, and essentially they are looking for lunar flowers to get to paradise because the world around them.
They were looking for the Flower Maiden to get to paradise.
Yes.
And she is kind of is the personification of lunar flowers.
Basically, yeah, and while they're doing this, the whole world around them is just falling apart.
It already is post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, you
give us another 7 years. We're living Wolf's Reign right now.
Yeah. So. Other than that, I think you summed that up pretty well.
Thank you.
Okay, so from there, how about we talk about? So, I believe you said you didn't have a favorite character, right?
Besides, what was the Black Wolf that was with the old guy at the beginning and turned into
Blue.
Blue. I like Blue.
Okay.
I would say Blue is my favorite character.
Okay.
Not because she's the only closest waifu I could get out of the entire series, but because I actually genuinely like her character development through the whole thing.
Oh,
Everybody else was the very generic, like, I'm a lone wolf, I'm an orphan, I'm this, and now I suddenly can get along with people. No. Blue literally did not even know that she was a wolf.
Yeah.
And then suddenly became a wolf and tried to convert her. She always called him Papa because he found her as Pops.
Yeah.
Because he found her as a pup and brought him home, and without knowing that she was a wolf. And then, not to spoil anything, the family dies, and so then he blames the wolves for the family and his entire town burning down and being killed. So then he dedicates his whole life to hunting wolves while using her to detect wolves.
Yeah.
Because she is a wolf, but she didn't know. And then ultimately tries and kind of helps him, but like at the very last second of his life, unfortunately. Just not trying to spoil too much.
No.
But that was probably the best character development out of everything.
Okay, I totally agree with you.
So I would say she's my favorite.
She had a lot of character development throughout the whole series. Okay, so my next question: did you have a favorite episode? Like out of the 30 episodes.
Which one was the one that Steve Bloom crashed our internet and destroyed Funimation halfway through the episode?
How did I know you were gonna say that?
Because it's a perfect moment. He literally, I guess, like his love interest had died, and he had a mental breakdown. And as he's about to scream, "No!" Funimation decides, your internet connection's gone. And from then on, we had problems loading Funimation on my PlayStation, or it was not playing correctly, or it would restart the episode out of nowhere after he bashed his freaking skull in and then unlocked this hidden ability of being a wolf. Or hidden memory of being a wolf. So, thanks, Steve Bloom.
I think, don't quote me on it, but I think the name of the episode is The Fallen Keep.
Maybe.
And it's actually from Volume 3. This is Volume 3 of the original Bandai Entertainment release of the anime on DVDs. Because it was pretty early on, and it was around these episodes because Jagura's troops invaded his keep, and they killed Hamina, was her name.
And I thought she just died of her on her own. Because it was just the two of them in the room, and he just died, and she died, passed away finally after being in a coma for like hundreds of years.
You know what? Yeah, I think you're right. And then
how is it that I know the show better than him?
I know, that's pretty bad. And then that was the same episode where they nailed his like assistant Pepsi to the. Like kind of.
I mean, they freaking crucified his assistant.
Yeah, she was like freaking crucified. Yeah, on the
hands and all on the thing.
It was bad. I think that was the name of the episode, The Fallen Keep. But anyway, okay, so that was your favorite episode.
Yeah, both for the memory of the fact that he could not have been timed perfectly from when he goes, no! Just cuts it right there. Yeah, you lost your internet connection. I love it. That
was a good choice. Okay.
Plus, it was a very good pivotal turning point. In the series.
It was. Okay, so now my next question to you. This anime series is from 2003.
Wow.
Which I know is pretty wild to think about. For its time, what did you think of the English dub? Oh, and for the record, we watched this English dub.
Yeah, we can't do the Japanese. I don't think it would have shown up on Funimation.
I don't know if it would have, but you can on the DVDs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's in English. It made sense. So I guess it was successful. I guess it made sense.
Anglais.
English. It wasn't English, so it worked.
Okay, so
thank you.
I am bringing up the voice actors that were in it.
You can just find the cast. Go back to the Google search and look at cast.
No, you're right. Yeah, wait a minute. There we go. Okay, so they actually got some pretty well-known voice actors for Wolfsrain.
Well known to you because you're more fluent in anime. I don't know shit besides Steve Bloom and the Walrus guy.
Okay, so Johnny Young Bosch is the voice actor who voiced Kiba, the White Wolf.
Yes.
And he is known for, look.
He's in 2 Power Rangers, My Hero Academia, Bleach, another Power Rangers, Trigun, and a Naruto Shippuden. But of course, it doesn't say specifically which things, But yeah, he's in a lot of different animes and Power Rangers apparently.
And Persona 4 the animation. How about that?
Huh.
And what's
oh god, that yokai watch.
That's god awful. And what's interesting is I found that out after how many times of watching Wolfsrain.
He just found it out now.
No,
I'm only kidding.
I knew it. But in the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, he I don't know when specifically. I don't think he was from the original starting point of the series, but at some point. Wait, what did he just say?
Season 3.
Okay, you heard it from Kevin. In Season 3, he started playing the Black Ranger.
I honestly did not know what you were talking about. I just hear Season 3.
Yeah,
I thought it was something else. But okay, cool.
So starting in Season 3, he played the
Thank you, Father God.
Yeah. He played the Black Ranger in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which is funny because I remembered him as the Black Ranger, but then I also remembered the...
It's kind of funny looking at his picture. I can see from the highlights he looks like a Power Ranger still.
Yeah, but it was funny because I remembered him playing the role of the Black Ranger, but then I also remembered the African American guy also played the Black Ranger too. So I was like, which one came first then? I don't know.
I don't think that's very relevant to the fact that we're talking about Wolfsrain.
No, it's not. But
I would go back to talking about who else was in Wolfsrain.
I thought it'd be cool to mention that though. So Johnny Young Bosch voiced Kiba, and then Crispin Freeman voiced Sume, who, if you're not familiar with him,
was he the runt or the one the in the yellow jacket?
No, he was Sume in the black ripped.
The real lone wolf
Yes.
guy. Yeah, that's right.
So
I don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
No, I love you guys.
So Crispin Freeman has done stuff in Hellsing, Naruto Shippuden, Young Justice.
Seems like a lot of
Slayers
from Naruto Shippuden.
Oh yeah, it really has. Rave Master. Wow, how about that? Howl's Moving Castle. That's a Studio Ghibli movie. Oh God, No Wine to Your Other Self. I did an anime review on that. That was bad. Oh, Zatch Bell. That's that series Davide likes.
Apparently he was in Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. Wow. Oh, Ghost of the Shell Standalone Complex. That's cool.
He was in Spider-Man. And Ice Age.
Yeah, Ice Age: The Meltdown. There you go.
Teen Titans.
Not Initial D. That's cool.
Ponyo as well. That's another Studio Ghibli, isn't it?
It is. Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. That's pretty cool.
I think he's been in a lot of things. We've discussed that.
So.
If you didn't know already, this is gonna be a long episode.
Oh yeah, no, I kind of already said that. I think at some point, but.
Well, if you didn't, then yes.
Yeah,
it's a long one. It's
gonna be a long one. So then, after you get from them, then we have to mention Steve Bloom, who voices Lord Darsha, and is like.
And that's the one who has a mental breakdown and breaks my fucking PS4 and my internet connection permanently.
I don't really.
My internet connection has PTSD.
Oh yeah, like I don't really think I need to go into the countless amounts of work he has done because he's just so
especially since if you know Cowboy Bebop, you know Steve Bloom
as Spike Spiegel, yeah.
You know.
So I'm not really gonna get into this stuff he's done, but aside from those three, after that, yeah, those are like the most well-known voice actors in the series.
So that's just to name some of the people so we can sum up this, so we can finish up this question.
So sorry for kind of delaying that, but I kind of thought it was a good question. Next question. What did you think of the animation for its time? Again, 2003.
I mean, it's just like any other old school anime. It's probably on par with Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
It's not like anything like new style like My Hero Academia or anything. But like for the early 2000s, it's an early 2000s animation.
Yes.
You just type in any early 2000s anime, it's that.
Yeah, like I mean, I didn't think it was bad, but I didn't think it was like the best thing I've ever seen.
For its time, it was good.
Yeah.
But then again, it's not Cowboy Bebop where it's it's not even Dragon Ball either. No. Where you got to have all the lighting and effects and everything. You're just most effects you got is blood. Yeah. So it's pretty good. Well, there was some lights and lasers and stuff towards the end, but like
there was, yes.
But that's pretty much it. So for its time, they went soft. They probably could have done better, especially not re-releasing the first 4 fucking episodes and branding them as new.
Oh, the OVA episodes. Yes.
No, they were not OVA. The ones that showed literally the first 4 episodes, and then they showed them as the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, and 24th after the tsunami shit.
Oh, yes.
They had Japan had a national crisis, and instead of just showing the episodes again, they put them out as brand new episodes. The first 4 episodes of the series. Just put them out as brand new episodes and included it in the DVDs as brand new 4 episodes. So if you're watching this series, skip 20, 21, and 22, and 23.
If you have the original DVDs, I made a mental note of this. It's volume 4 called Recollections. Yeah, you can just skip over this whole freaking disc.
Yeah, because all it is just the first 4 episodes. Again, just in case you forgot the origins of where they came from and how they became friends.
Basically, yeah. And I
just for you guys.
Yeah, I don't really think it's worth watching, and that's why I explained it to him, and I was like, "Do you want to watch these?" And he's like, "No, skip it."
I was like, "No."
So,
and then every time we saw the theme song, I was like, "Wait a minute, I don't want to see more recap shit," because every time it's straight. I mean, it's probably a banger theme song. It just wasn't for me.
Oh, it's one of my favorites. Like I can thoroughly say I enjoy listening to that song.
Oh, I know you do, and you like the ending too.
I do. I like a lot of music.
He has a bit of a different taste of music than I do.
But that's okay. That's okay. So
what's hardcore for him is more vanilla for me.
Yeah.
My music is more BDSM than his vanilla.
So then
y'all know what it is.
So then
kinky little shits.
So
y'all kinky.
Okay. So then, all right. So then this is a good question then. Did you have a favorite song that was in Wolf's Rain?
I can't say I have a favorite song because I don't know what they were called.
Well, you could try describing it to me, and I could find the name of it.
I could not because I don't remember any of the songs.
Okay.
So that's okay. I don't have a favorite song. That's my answer. Final answer. Final answer. $30.
Okay, that's fine. So, I think now would be a good time to briefly kind of compare Wolf's Rain and Cowboy Bebop because there are a lot of similarities, but at the end of the day, they are their own two separate animes.
Is there really any similarities though?
Okay, so Cowboy Bebop was originally released on DVD by Bandai Entertainment.
Because they wanted to make money and sell toys.
Yes, facts.
Okay.
Wolf's Rain was originally released by Bandai Entertainment. As of right now, Bandai Entertainment no longer exists. They went out of business.
Isn't that just Bandai?
Well, yes.
Didn't they merge with somebody?
Yeah, you're thinking of Bandai Namco, the video game company, but yes, technically you're still right because this is their anime branch, and that just completely closed.
Gotcha.
Cowboy Bebop, if you don't know, is owned by Funimation now.
Yes.
Wolf's Rain is also owned by Funimation.
Which is why you can see it on the Funimation app.
Exactly.
Big brain time.
So, aside from that, I have to mention the music because you already mentioned about Steve Bloom.
Yes.
You know, and so
And Steve Conti is what you're getting to?
Yes. So, there are two names you need to remember when it comes to both music in both Wolf's Rain and Cowboy Bebop. It's Steve Conti and Yoko Kono.
Yes.
Yoko Kono is the main. I guess the word is artist that I'm looking for.
Yeah. When you're talking musician, artist.
She's the main artist who did the majority of the soundtrack for Cowboy Bebop, but she got Steve Conti to come in and also sing some songs. Like in Bebop, he sings. Oh man, I'm blanking. But the episode where Ed leaves, and that song, that really sad song kicks in. That's him singing that.
That's his band, yes.
And so Yoko Kanno was brought in to do the soundtrack or score, I guess is the correct terminology.
Same difference.
Okay. For Wolf's Rain, and again she was like, "Yo, Steve Conti, I want you in on this, dude." So Steve Conti sings the opening theme song for Wolf's Rain, which is called Stray, and he also sings a song called...
So wait, he's not saying strange, he's saying stray?
Stray. Okay, the song is called Stray, and he's saying strayed.
Oh, the whole time I thought he was saying strange.
I kind of thought I heard that, but I couldn't really tell what you were saying.
Well, I mean, stray, and then with the aid at the end, strayed.
Yeah,
or stray.
Yeah.
Stray. Okay, something else.
That's okay. It's
Mandela effect.
It sounds pretty similar, honestly. So I can't fault you.
Well, especially when you're screaming it at the top of your lungs into an audio booth. It sounds the same, yeah.
Yeah. So Steve Conti sings the opening theme song "Stray," which I absolutely love, and he also sings a song in Wolf's Rain called "Heaven's Not Enough," and
that's a good song too.
That is just
if I had to pick a favorite, it would be that because that's the only other one I know.
Okay.
That's the only one I know by heart.
Okay, that's the answer to that question.
Yeah, right.
I think between both Stray and Heaven's Not Enough. And I do believe he sings a few other songs, but off the top of my head, I can't remember the names of them. So if you know, you can mention them in the comments.
So is that the only comparisons that we can have between the two is Steve Conti and this chick and then the fact that it was whatever? You made 2 points already of why the comparisons they are. Other than that, are you talking contextual of like literally having Steve Bloom in it and the guy that played Jet Black in it, or are you talking like actual like substance of the story?
Well,
because that's what I was more confused of what you said comparisons.
You see, I thought about that, and you know, to me,
now I'm giving the questions.
Wow, hey, that's okay. That's cool. But to me,
where's my reverse card?
Yeah. At the end of the day, Cowboy Bebop is an anime series about belonging. It's legitimately for people and a dog.
Belonging and redemption. Yes. No, that's perfect. Perfectly summed up. Yeah, because I mean, you think about it. Yeah, Steve Bloom or Spike was dead in the beginning of it, and then started, and ends up dying again by redeeming himself.
Yeah.
So
now with Wolf's Rain,
this is more about coming together for a common goal than just trying to support each other.
So I really wouldn't compare the two that way.
The only comparison I can say is that you had Spike and Jet Black already were together. Then they came across Faye. She kind of joined by having to pay them back. Yeah. And then Ed came along, then Ein came along, and then Ed, and then Ed left, and Ein did, and then Faye was still with Jet and Spike, and then Spike died. Yeah. So, tomato of that. So, I could probably say that comparison.
Other than that,
it's very hard to compare this.
It is, and that's why, basically,
you gotta kind of have a similar, if not a little bit different taste.
Yeah, because
like I said, you can love Cowboy Bebop like I did, and not give a shit about this one, or you can kind of care about it, or you can love it.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, and that's perfectly fine. That's why, when you said it in the beginning,
I couldn't really get into it at the beginning. The only episodes I really liked were the OVA episodes because they were a better ending than what was the original aired.
And we gotta talk about that at some point too. Yeah,
let's talk about it.
So, other than that, there's only one other thing that comes to mind. A guy by the name of Kiko Nobumoto, who actually did the mangas, I believe is the same guy who did the Cowboy Bebop mangas. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that.
By the way, these are a little bit different than the actual digital thing. These are like their own kind of canon.
So, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. So now, let's talk about a little bit about this stuff.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So first off, I'm going to start with this in the middle. This is Wolf's Rain Volume 3 Loss on DVD, and ironically, this was my very first experience with watching Wolf's Rain.
That's not really irony. Just saying that for the literary nuts. Irony, that's not irony. It's not ironic that it's your first one.
Well,
it's just how it happens to be.
Well, okay,
irony is like
irony
is like a contrary kind of thing, like a fire truck on fire.
Okay,
that's irony.
That's true.
So,
but
just to educate you.
No, that's perfectly fine. It's just, at least for me, when I go to watch an anime, I like to start from the beginning.
And that's fine. That's not really, again, that's not irony. That's just how you prefer it.
Yeah, that's true. And so I bought this, on a whim, and it was funny because I bought it. It was still brand new, factory sealed, and I probably shouldn't have opened it, but I did. And I
wouldn't have loved the series if you didn't.
I can say that without a doubt that I'm really happy and glad I did because
like a crack addict.
Yeah.
First sample is free.
Yes. But no, like even starting this from Volume 3, I just got instantly hooked on it. And so then I had to buy all the other volumes, and I've loved the series ever since. So that's that. Now I'm going to talk about this, because this, I think, is really cool. And as you stated, this is also brand new sealed, never been opened.
Yeah, both of these are.
So this is Wolf's Rain, the complete series, on Blu-ray and a DVD combo pack.
I kind of just realized this is only Volume 1, and it says on the side, complete your box set with Volume 2 in stores February 2005.
And that's how you know that's brand new. Yeah. So...
Well, apart from the cellophane.
Well, yeah, the shrink wrap. Yeah.
I just like that.
I know, isn't that cool?
Just like my one Pokemon VHS where it was actually from Blockbuster, and it says on the side of the tape, it says, please remember to rewind your tapes, Blockbuster.
So... This is Wolf's Rain, the complete series, on Blu-ray and DVD combo pack, and this was released by Funimation.
Yes. Because
they own the rights of the series now. And this was actually released in 2017, and what was really cool about this was the first time it was ever on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So, like, when I found out...
We got a special guest!
I like turtles.
Yeah.
So... When I found out they were releasing this on Blu-ray, I immediately jumped on it, and I bought this brand new.
It's Kia Crazy!
And I didn't have it in me to open it because I already have the whole series on regular DVD, so
and then you had all of Facebook to back you with not opening it.
Yes, and then I made a post on Facebook, and they were like, don't open it, so...
Facebook!
So, that's that. And now we come to the 2-volume manga, which... I bought these first, and then I bought that next, but we're going to talk about that first. So
Let's talk about it.
yeah, I found out that there was a very short, very brief manga. It was only ran for 2 volumes, and as Tyler mentioned earlier, they released the mangas as the anime was running.
And it has nothing to do with the anime. It's not like how Dragon Ball is right
No.
now, where they make the
No.
make the manga, then air the Japanese dub, then do
Yeah.
the English dub.
Yeah, because usually a manga, and an anime are usually the same story. It's cohesive. This is not. It's
Yeah, this
actually a completely different retelling.
It's kind of like Star Wars Legends.
Yeah. Yes.
It kind of is canon, but it's not.
Yeah, and I actually liked it for that, and I thought it was very unique. But at the end of the day, I was like, man, I kind of wish it was more than just $2. So I bought them off of eBay because they are from 2003 and are out of print.
They're in pretty well condition too.
I think so too. Yeah, I read through all of them and I did reviews on these, and I will link that video at the end of this too. Now this is the very first volume 1 manga in the holographic, I believe they call it. It's a slipcase.
Dust cover probably. I wouldn't really say holographic because it's not that reflective. The only reflectiveness of it is the cellophane.
Well, if
Science.
if you okay. If you like tilt it, like you see his shadow, and then
Okay, you're okay. This is more 3D because I could
okay.
see the lines like
Yes. Oh, okay.
Science.
It's supposed to be more 3D and like
Okay.
so like most of the time, I guess you could consider it holographic, but like because sometimes you can see the shadow, sometimes you can't. So it's
Science.
more 3D.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Either way, it's still pretty cool.
oh yeah, no, it's very cool. And I've never seen this. I also bought on eBay, and
Not a sponsor.
no, not a sponsor. And I did it actually.
I'm sponsoring this video. Me.
Yes, he is.
I actually
You're
did an unboxing video of this in the package that the guy shipped it in, but obviously I didn't open it, and I will link that at the end of this video too. But I've
You
never.
can only do so many videos at the end of this video, my guy.
Well, I have it all on the playlist. So
Okay.
big brain. So
Big stonks.
yeah, I've never seen this ever come up before new like this. So when I saw this, and this was under $10.
That's crazy.
Free shipping too. So I was just like, dude, I want this. This is a cool piece of Wolfsrain merchandise, because unfortunately the series just was so short-lived. There's like no merchandise other than the DVDs, the books, and collector's editions. There was collector's editions of the series on DVD, but they're stupid expensive.
And you covered all this in your previous Wolfsrain video?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so then this is a recourse.
Yeah, and
Motherfucking recap. Skip this fucking recap.
We brought to you by this skipping of the recap. Nipples.
Thank you.
yes,
Welcome.
for sponsoring.
Yeah.
So
And now a word from our sponsors.
yeah.
Nippleicky pinchy.
Yes, they are.
Okay, you didn't expect to see that.
So, shall we wrap this up before we pull out full pickle?
Yes, please.
I'll tickle that pickle for a nickel.
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think anyone wants to see that.
Any time for a dime.
And a nickel for the pickle.
That's what I mean. Any time for a dime, for nickel for a pickle. Anytime, any for a dime.
How
Oh my
about right
God.
here, right now?
Oh my God.
Live on pay-per-view.
No. Please, no.
Sign up for his Patreon.
No, oh my God.
His,
My
his
Patreon.
LinkedIn, his Patreon, his fans only, his OnlyFans, his
No, not his OnlyFans, for his fans only.
Yeah, first
that
fans
too,
only, yeah.
his SnubHub.
Hey, it's better than my StubHub.
Oh my God.
Or his, yeah, no, it's
So why don't we wrap up this video
So-
with how I thought about the end of this, huh?
Okay,
Okay, viewers.
So,
we will end this video with me telling you the story of how I met your mother.
oh my God.
Stop! So,
So-
why don't we finish this
okay.
up with how I thought about the ending and my theories about the ending.
This is the final DVD you might want to hold up, because this is the shit Bandai did. This episode contains the final 4 OVA episodes.
Of how they met your mother.
Yes.
And this is the only way you're gonna view it besides Funimation now. But back in the day, this was the only way you even knew these existed.
Yes, as I informed Tyler, Bandai did not air these episodes on TV, which
They're not there for you. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
which I found out Wolf's Rain aired on Adult Swim back in the day. But
Back when it said Toonami.
Yeah, yes. But they did not air these 4 episodes, so in order to actually see the true ending, you had to buy the DVD.
Not to even know they existed, you need to buy the DVD.
Exactly. So that was...
So in lieu of the 4 stupid recap episodes, you get 4 pieces of gold, which is why it looks golden a little bit with the text.
You're welcome. It was my plan all along. It was me.
Okay.
It was
him, Dio!
I am the Senate. I am the Jedi Council. I am the Republic.
He is the Wolf's Rain.
I am the Wolf's Rain because hallelujah, it's raining wolves.
Okay.
From the Wolfman himself.
Yes. So now, your thoughts on the final 4 episodes.
So yeah, not to spoil the very ending of it, it kind of
They all die. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah, Kevin just spoiled it for you.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you? Wait.
They all end up dying in the pursuit of paradise.
God damn it, Kevin!
I just guessed!
And that's how predictable the show is. Thanks for watching, everybody!
Wait, are you serious?
Yes!
Yep, they actually do all die. Fighting Steve Bloom.
God damn it.
So not only does Steve Bloom murder my internet connection, he also now murders everybody else too.
Yep.
Well, YouTube, you're welcome.
Yep, Kevin.
But you know what? That gives it off to like you said, everybody dies in the OVA episodes.
Yep.
And then at the very end of it, it comes back to like almost like the beginning where you see each person in their own areas and stuff like that. And this is where the big controversy comes in of like, what the hell? Are they just trying to recap and show us? Or are they trying to just say like this is a thing? My theory of it is that because of, Kiba, is it?
Kiba.
Kiba technically reaching paradise and the Flower Maiden ends up just pretty much exploding into millions of
seeds.
The seeds of what flower?
Lunar flowers.
Lunar flower seeds. To me, paradise is heaven, and now when you see them all again, they don't know each other, and they're all in the same city and everything, and the city looks a little bit nicer. It's more of just a time loop. Because the past, just even in regular like time theory, that the future's already happened along with the past while we're experiencing the present. So therefore, the time loop kind of already has completed to where, yes, it's sort of like an infinite thing where they are destined to meet each other, try and find heaven or paradise.
It's a lot coming from a blonde.
Right?
No,
atheist.
No, he got really deep into this, honestly.
And he never thought about this.
Well,
no. Okay, and also the other thing that blew your mind too was throughout the entire series, you see them occasionally fight as wolves, or they talking as wolves and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this came to my head. What if, just as like they reveal themselves to the humans in the thing as, their wolf forms and all that, we are perceiving it as if we're a character in the show, seeing them as wolves, and that as they gain the trust of the humans and us as a viewer later in it, you see them as wolves fighting and walking and doing more often. So therefore, you're only perceiving them as wolves because of the magic that they use to be able to hide themselves for the past 200 years.
And that did blow my mind.
That's still a lot
out of the 12 times he's watched this thing, never thought of that.
Nope, and it did really blow my mind. Now,
and this is why I have anxiety.
Yes.
It's just conspiracy theories about
and osteoporosis.
Oh my god.
I have crippling anxiety.
So now,
there you go. Yeah.
Now to properly end it, because with all my anime reviews, I usually give it a rating.
I would give this a solid 8.5.
Okay.
It's not perfect.
Okay.
And actually, 8.2 because I'm taking 0.3 off for the fucking 4 recap episodes.
That is.
They really should not have done that.
That is very.
So
fair.
I give this a solid 8.2. I would recommend it to anybody to give it a try, and definitely stick through more than the general. Watch 3 episodes, see what you think. Rule of thumb.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those anime series, and this actually brings up a good point where you do have to pay attention.
You have to pay attention, and you just have to stick it out.
Yeah.
Because like I said, at first I was not into it. It was very boring, and I think one of the times I actually fell asleep.
He did.
In a later episode. Yeah, I was tired as shit from that night, and it really did not hold my interest. And even he was like, do you want to rewatch it? I'm like, what's this episode about? It's how they got to the city. All right, then I don't need to rewatch it.
He was like, okay, that's good.
So, Yeah, it was just not that it really held my attention too much. I was also tired of shit from working.
And
But
that's perfectly fine.
if it was great, I would have stayed up anyway.
That's
So
fine.
I would give this a solid 8.2 out of 10.
Okay.
Highly recommend it to anybody to try. Not really gonna religiously follow it like Cowboy Bebop.
That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Although, like with Cowboy Bebop, though, if you do like or are a fan of Cowboy Bebop, this is a series you may want to check out.
Yeah, if this was a Spotify podcast of animes,
Yeah.
This would pop up.
Yeah, this is what I would call, like in the gaming world, some people have coined the term a hidden gem of a game. This is a hidden gem of an anime.
Yeah, because this isn't really something you hear a lot of people pop up out of nowhere and be like, "Oh,
No.
Did you check out Wolf's Rain?"
Nope.
I would do it.
Nope. All right. Well, I think that about wraps this up. Any final comments?
Now, How I Met Your Mother.
You should have stopped recording there, but okay, yes. I am his mother.
Yes.
Hi, welcome to my story.
Now it's How I Met Your Father.
And with that, I think that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for sticking it out through this. I don't even know how long this is, but...
I'm eclipsing them like the moon and the sun.
Because he's a wolf.